girls, so I want to do this video giving you girls tips on how to become a model. So okay, to become a model, you just have to be yourself. You don't have to change, first of all, for the industry. The market already has different type of categories where they would put you, where you would actually put yourself first when you enter the business. And it is a business, like a lot of people say, and it's cliche, and a lot of people say it's a business, I'm sorry, but it is a business. So you have to have thick skin, first of all, and I mean, it depends on how you want this for. Like, what do you want it for? If you want it for just for fun and to try it, then go ahead and try it. If you want this as a career, because modeling, a lot of people know that it can also be a career. If you want it as a career, then you have to know that you're gonna have to work really hard to get where you want to, get to your success or your goal. In my experience, just a little bit about me. I have been modeling for about 5 years, since I was like a teenager, and then afterwards I kind of stopped and I went ahead and I got into acting, and then I got representation. But recently I am signed to a print agency, which they send you into like a casting calls or auditions or whatever you want to call it, so you can, you know, see if you can book those jobs and be a working model. So a lot of girls say that they want to become models because they want to be famous. See, that's the thing. If you enter the industry with that mindset, that's just not how it works. And like, sadly, it's not how it works. You have to know that you have to be a working model, and it takes years. But it's mostly an agency sends you to those big casting calls, and therefore afterwards, if you book something big, then you had your break. But it really takes a lot of time and effort and a lot of commitment. So there's different type of models and different type of modeling. Fashion model does a lot of runway. Basically, she walks the runway, and she has to be 5'9" up to 6 feet tall. They wear a lot of designer dresses, gowns, all that stuff. It's really glamorous to be a fashion model. Editorial fashion modeling, which you will basically be posing for Elle magazine, if you're familiar with, Cosmo, all those big magazines. So when modeling for these fashion magazines, they're gonna make you wear clothes that they think it's gonna become a trend. So basically, you're gonna wear the next big thing. This is just a big example on what type of modeling you would do if you would do, editorial type of modeling. You don't have to go to modeling school, but if you do choose to have a coach that's gonna show you how to walk the runway, necessarily rock the runway in NYC, but you can, for starters, you can go ahead and there's new fashion designers that are really starting their clothing line, and therefore they can book you off from like submitting yourself online, your photograph. And these fashion designers, since they're starting, they're usually not gonna pay you, but you will definitely get a few images. Sometimes they have a photographer backstage, or after the show they'll shoot you a few photos for you to keep for your portfolio, which I will talk about later, so stay tuned. Backstage is really fun. There's makeup artists, obviously people who do your hair, and the whole wardrobe stuff, which is another thing to talk about. So said that, it is really, really, really fun to be a model, but it takes a lot of work, because when you're on a runway show, you basically have to try different outfits. If they don't have enough models, just starting off and you want experience in modeling as a runway model, you can go ahead and you know, just submit yourself online. There are like websites where you submit yourself, and sometimes you don't even have to go to the casting call. They'll sometimes just book you off your photo, which is a photograph that you take with a photographer, professional photographer, a photographer that is professional and really starting out in the business. So that's a whole different stuff, how to get headshots. I could definitely go ahead and do a video on that, and anything that has to do in the industry. So a headshot is similar to this, but not precisely as this is a commercial headshot, and this is for acting. For modeling, it has to be a little bit more glamorous. You can pose, let's say that the photographer is right here. Let's say you're the photographer, meaning the camera is a photographer. So, a nice way to pose for a headshot would definitely be like your shoulder this way, and you kind of looking straight at the camera. But a good tip would be when posing and when shooting, look away and then look really fast to camera, straight to the camera. Photographer will like literally teach you. So yeah, it has to be a photo that's like this much tall, and it's a modeling headshot. This is a commercial headshot for actors. So a fashion catalog model will be shooting for catalogs, meaning like those fashion catalogs that you see at Macy's, JCPenney. It's considered a print model basically. So there's not a lot of usually 5'7" if I may recall, but I am actually 5'5", and I still submit for those, and I get booked. So fashion print modeling. Fashion print modeling is you being photographed by a professional photographer for their client, the which will be the business owner or the casting person that's casting for the business, depending on how big the business is. I know it's a little bit confusing, but you'll get the hang of it. Yeah, sometimes the owner, if it's a small, what's it called, a small store or an online boutique or an online store, there's plenty of those out there. They do a lot of casting calls, and if not, then they'll just receive online submissions from the site that they're putting the casting out. A fashion catalog model models for a photographer, and the photographer's client is the business owner or the talent scout or the agent that is looking for the talent, meaning, you know, the model. So I know it's a lot, but you'll get the hang of it. But to make this short, is basically the model is gonna be modeling for the catalog, for the fashion catalog, scarves, dresses, these kind of t-shirts like this from Forever 21, jeans, anything that has to do with fashion. So yeah, that's basically a fashion catalog model. Discourage, there's other categories for you.